Okay, write down the first problem. The problem is a sphere of 40 mm diameter. A sphere of 40 mm diameter. A sphere of 40 mm diameter. Here he has given a diameter of the sphere as 40 mm. A sphere of 40 mm diameter, and also he has sphere of 40 mm diameter is placed centrally over a frustum of a cone of a bottom diameter. Bottom diameter of, that is, bottom diameter of cone is 60 mm. The bottom diameter of the cone is 60 mm, and also he has given a sphere of 40 mm diameter is placed centrally over a frustum of a cone of bottom diameter 60 mm, top diameter 40 mm, top diameter 40 mm, and 60 mm long axis. Here he has given height as 60 mm. Here he has given height as 60 mm. Draw the isometric view of the arrangement. I will show you how this diagram will look. He is saying that a sphere is resting on the frustum of a cone. This is the diagram we have to draw in an isometric view. Understand, here he has given this diameter as 60 mm, this diameter as 40 mm, and height as 60 mm, and the diameter of this one as again 40 mm. He has given the dimensions like this. So when you see the question here, a sphere of 40 mm diameter is placed centrally over a frustum of a cone. You know what is the frustum? It is a, you know what is the frustum? Frustum is nothing but the cut section of any cone. If a cone is like this, if you have a cone like this, I am cutting this cone at this point with a section plane, it will form a frustum of a cone. Okay, so here you have to draw this frustum of a cone in isometric projection. After drawing this frustum of a cone, you have to draw a sphere on it. Okay, so how you have to draw, I will explain you what is the procedure you will follow. So how will you draw this one? First you will take, already sir has explained you in the yesterday's class, will draw 30 degrees inclination this side and 30 degrees inclination this side. 30 degrees incline this side with a protractor. You will mark with a protractor and draw 30 degrees. After that, here he has given a base diameter as, bottom diameter as 60 mm. So what I will do is, I will take this as a center, I will take 60 as a radius, cut an arc here. Similarly, I will take this as a center, 60 as a radius, cut an arc here. Okay, then I will get this point, I will take this point as O, this point as AB. So then again I will take B as a center, 60 as a radius, I will draw one arc here, A as a center, 60 as a radius, I will cut the arc here. Then I will join these two. I will join these two. Okay, this is a 60 sided square I have created. I have drawn 60 sided square. Just I have taken one point O from there. I have drawn 30 degrees inclination right side and left side. Then on that inclination I have taken the radius as 60 mm. The diameter, given diameter is 60. So I have taken this diameter 60 mm and I have drawn. Why? Because he has given that the base diameter is 60 mm. Okay, after drawing this, I need to draw a circle in it. For drawing a circle, sir has explained you the 4 center method. That is means you will mark 4 centers. I will mark the center one of this side, this side, this side, and this side. I'm marking the centers here. Is it visible? I'm marking the centers here. After marking, the center will be at a 30 mm from each point. From O 30 mm, from B 30 mm I have marked here, from A 30 mm, similarly from O 30 mm here. I have marked the centers. Then I am drawing from top vertex to this midpoints. I am drawing the lines from the top vertex to this midpoints, drawing the lines from bottom vertex to the top midpoints. I'm drawing the lines. Okay, then I'm taking this as a center, this as a radius. I'm taking this as a center, O as a center, this as a radius. I'm drawing one arc here. O as a center, this as a radius. I'm drawing one arc here. Again, this as a center, C. C as a center, this as a radius. I'm drawing one arc here. Again, I'm taking this as a center, this as a radius. I'm drawing another arc here. Sorry. Similarly, I'm taking this as a center, this as a radius. I'm drawing arc here. So I have drawn a circle with a diameter of 60 mm. After that, he has given the height as he has given a height as 60. So I am extending this line to 60, this line to 60, and this line to 60. I'm extending all these lines to 60 mm. Okay, from here I'm joining this line, this line. I'm joining this line, this line. I will get a points. I'm taking this as A dash, this as O dash, this as B dash. Extension of this one. So again, I'm taking this as this total length is CB is O dash B dash is 60. So from here, I'm again drawing arc at 60 here, 60 here, and joining this one. Otherwise, using the drafter, you can draw a parallel lines. Then also it will connect to it. So again, after drawing this one, and here it is again the square of a 60 mm. But the top diameter he has given as how much? The top diameter given as 40 mm. To reduce it to 40 mm, what I am doing is I am marking the midpoints of this sides at 30 mm, 30 mm, and 30 mm. And I am joining these two, and I am joining these two. No need to join. Okay, just I am marking joining these two midpoints. Then here the total distance top diameter is 40. I want to, here the total, he has given a top diameter as 40 mm, but the side, each side is 60 mm. I have to reduce this 60 mm side to 40 mm. So how will you reduce it? What I will do is I will do 60 minus 40. How much it is? It is 20 mm. Then 20 divided by 2, it is 10 mm. So I am reducing the side, each side I am reducing 10 mm. From here I am reducing 10 mm. Will mark one point here. I will mark one point here. I will mark one point here. This side, on this On this side I am reducing 10 mm. On this side I am reducing 10 mm, total 20. On this side I am reducing 10 mm. On this side I am reducing 10 mm. Total it is 20 mm. Then I will draw a parallel lines to this line. Then I will draw a parallel line to this line. Okay, and also I will draw a parallel line to this line, and also draw a parallel line to this side. From here at 10 mm, I am drawing a parallel line. From here also I am drawing a parallel line. Here you will form a one square of a side 40 mm. Again using 4 center method. Again using 4 center method. Already you have a midpoints here. I'm joining the top vertex to this point. I'm joining the top vertex to this line. I'm joining the bottom vertex to this midpoints. Then I am taking this as a center. Then I am taking this as a center, this as a radius. I am drawing one arc here. I am taking this as a center, this as a radius. I am drawing one arc here. I am taking this as a center, this as a radius. I am drawing another arc here. Okay, I will use another pen to be better. So I am taking this as a center, this as a radius. I am drawing arc here. I am taking this as a center, this as a radius. I am drawing arc here. I am taking this as a center, this as a radius, and this as a center, this as a radius. I will form a circle using 4 center method. Then I am joining these two circles. I am joining these two circles. Okay, when you see the diagram here, all the construction parts, only the top circle should be dark, and these red lines which I have drawn should be dark. Whatever I have drawn with the red, that thing should be visible one. All the other things should be very light. This one also it will be light. It is an hidden part. The visible part which I have drawn is in a red color. All the other construction parts should be very light. Is it clear? All the other construction parts should be very light. Okay, only the top circle, the sides, the lines joining the top and bottom circle should be dark. This half circle should be dark. This one will be in a dotted line. It is an invisible part which is in the back side, should be in a dotted line. Is it clear? It is an invisible part. It should be in a dotted line. Is it clear? This way you have to draw a frustum of a cone. Here the bottom diameter is 60 mm, top diameter is 40 mm, and the height is 60 mm. Okay, after drawing this one, whenever you are drawing this diagram, all the construction parts should be very light. Only the top circle which I have drawn in a red color, the lines joining the top and bottom circle which I have drawn in red color, and this half circle should be dark, and the inner part which I have drawn with a dotted red line, that should be drawn in a dotted line, that is a invisible part which is a hidden part, and all the other construction lines should be very light. Understand? In this way you have to draw the frustum of a cone. And also he has given a sphere on it. When you see a sphere in isometric view, it will looks like a circle. Okay, when you view a sphere in isometric view, it will looks like a circle. When you draw with the dimensions this frustum of a cone, it will looks very neat and in a isometric projection, it will looks like a three-dimensional solid. It will appear like a three-dimensional solids. If you make all these construction lines very light, only the red colors thing very lot, red color lines should be very dark, then it will looks like a three-dimensional solid of a frustum of a cone. Understand? So here then you have to draw a sphere. How will you draw the sphere? For drawing the sphere, you have to mark the radius. For marking the radius, you have a formula here. Radius is equal to 0.816 into r. Not radius, this is center of the radius. Formula for drawing the center of the radius. Formula for drawing the center of the radius. This is for center of the radius, the formula is 0.816 into r. R is nothing but a radius. What is the value here? 0.816 into radius of the sphere is 20 mm. It will be around 16 mm. When you use a calculator, calculate it. 0.816 into 20 will be 816 into 816 into 20 will be around 16 mm. You'll get a value of around 16 mm. Further, what you are doing is just I'm marking the center. Just I'm marking the center of this one. Mark the center. From center, I'm extending it towards upward. I'm extending up a distance of 16 mm. I'm marking the distance of 16 mm from the center. I'm marking a distance of 16 mm from the center. This one will be your center of a, this one will be your center of a sphere. So from here I am taking the radius as 20 mm on the compass. I am taking the radius as 20 mm on the compass, this as a center. I am taking the radius as 20 mm and this as a center. I am drawing one circle. I am drawing one circle. Okay, I'm drawing one circle, that will be the sphere. For construction of the sphere, first you have to mark the center. For drawing the center, the formula is 0.816 into r. R is that is nothing but a, here diameter is 40, then radius is 20 mm. 0.816 into 20 is 16. From this midpoint, I am marking 16 mm, that is the center here. From center, I am taking the radius as 20 mm. I am drawing one circle from the center. That will form a sphere. Okay, this is the construction of the combination of a solid which has the sphere is resting on a frustum of a cone of base diameter 60 mm and top diameter 40 mm and height as 60 mm. Is it clear? Anyone has any doubt? Okay, can I move to the next problem? Okay, I am moving to the next problem. If anyone has any doubt, you can message me. Just I will reply it. Okay, next I'm moving to the next problem. Okay, the next problem he has given a frustum of a cone of bottom diameter 40 mm. He has given the bottom diameter as, he has given bottom diameter as 40 mm. Okay, here all dimensions are in mm only. So here given as bottom diameter, a frustum of a cone of bottom diameter 40 mm, top diameter, top diameter, he has given top diameter as 30 mm, top diameter 30 mm and 50 mm long. He has given height as 50 mm. Axis is 50 mm long. He has given axis as 50 mm long. Is placed centrally over a frustum of a square pyramid. It is placed on a frustum of a square pyramid of bottom side 50 mm. He has given the bottom side as 50 mm and bottom side as 50 mm and top side as, he has given a top side as 40 mm and 60 mm long axis. Draw the isometric view of the arrangement and 60 mm long axis. He has given height as 60 mm. He is saying that, just I am repeating the question, a frustum of a cone of a bottom diameter 40 mm, top diameter 30 mm and 50 mm long is placed centrally over a frustum of a square pyramid of bottom side 50 mm, top side 40 mm and 60 mm long axis. Draw the isometric view of the arrangement. Draw the isometric view of the arrangement. Now, after this class, I will share the material as well. You can note down the question from there. Okay, whatever the problems I am teaching here, I will share the material as well. You can note down the question from there. So he is saying that a frustum of a cone. Yes, I will draw the two-dimensional diagram here. Here he has given a frustum of a square pyramid on which is given a frustum of a square pyramid on which a frustum of a cone is resting on it. He's saying that the frustum of a square pyramid is resting on it. This is the diagram you have to draw. He has given the bottom sides and top sides. He has given the bottom side 50 mm, top side 40 mm and height as 60 mm. And also he has given a top diameter 40 mm, top diameter 30 mm, bottom diameter 40 mm and height as 50 mm. Sometimes in the exam, just he will give the two-dimensional diagram like this. He will give all the dimensions here. He'll give the diagram like this. In the exam, he'll give the diagram like this. He'll give the dimensions using this diagram. We'll give the dimensions here. Side as 50. Here the side as 40. Height is 60. And here top diameter is, bottom diameter is again 40. This one is 30 and height is 50. By seeing this diagram, you have to draw the isometric projection. Is it clear? So here you are drawing this diagram here. First you will draw the frustum of a square pyramid. Frustum of a square pyramid means, okay, in the last problem you have seen frustum of a cone. Frustum of a square pyramid means already you have seen it is the cut section of a square pyramid. Okay, when you cut the square here, square pyramid here, it will form a frustum of a square pyramid. So here you are drawing this one. So first what will you do? First I will consider a midpoint here, point O. From O point I am drawing a 30 degrees inclination this side on the right side and 30 degrees inclination on the left side. 30 degrees inclination on the left side. After that, here he has given a base side as how much? He has given bottom side as 50 mm. So I am cutting an arc, taking the radius as 50 mm. I'm taking this as a center. I'm cutting an arc at 50, here at arc at a 50. Then again I am getting a point as A and B. Then I am taking B as a center. I am cutting an arc here. I am drawing an arc at a 50 mm. From A as a center, I am cutting this arc with a radius of 50 mm. Then I am joining these two. I will form a square of 50 mm. And he has given a height as, I have drawn this one, square as side, base side as 50 mm. So you are drawing this as 50 mm. This one is 40. Here he has given height as 60. So what I am doing is I am extending it to the height of how much? 60. From this center I am extending, from this center I am extending the height of 60 mm. I am extending height of 60 mm. This one also, this side 60 mm, this side 60 mm. Okay, I am extending it to 60 mm. Then I am joining, I will get a point here as, I'm considering this point as O dash. Then I am considering this point as B dash, considering this point as C dash. I'm joining these two. Again I am taking, or else you can put OB on the drafter and you can draw a parallel line up to 60 here. Understand? Or you can extend it. Again you can take OE, fix OE on a drafter and you can draw a parallel line. Okay, it will join at one point. You will get a this point C, that is C dash, or else you can follow the previous procedure, that is will take that 50 mm as a radius, B as a center, will cut an arc here, C dash as a center, will cut this arc, will get a, this one is, sorry, this one is A dash. Okay, you will get a C dash point. Okay, this is 50 mm, but here he has given a top, you want a 40 mm. For that one, what we have to reduce it to 40, reduce the side to 40 mm. What I am doing is I am marking the midpoints. I am marking the midpoints. I am marking the midpoint here, marking the midpoint here, marking the midpoint here, marking the midpoints on all the sides. Midpoint means at 25 mm. So I am joining these two. So I am joining these two. Then here how much you are reducing? You are reducing it 50 minus 40. It is 10 mm. It is 10 by 2 is nothing but 10 by 2 is nothing but reducing. I am reducing it 5 mm on each side. So what I am doing is I'm marking 5 mm here. I'm marking 5 mm here. I'm marking 5 mm here, and I'm marking 5 mm here. Is it clear? I'm marking 5 mm on each side. Then I am drawing a parallel lines to these sides. Then I am drawing a parallel line here. I am drawing a parallel line here. I am drawing a parallel line here. Now I am drawing a parallel line from this 5 mm. This 4 will join. Then you will get a square of a 40 mm side. Then you will get a square of a 40 mm side. I am joining this two, this green color square and this blue color one edges. I'm joining this two. It will form a frustum of a square. It will form a frustum of a square pyramid. Okay, whatever you are seeing here, this blue, this line, this red color line, and this one should be dark, and all these blue color lines and this line which you have drawn, this one should be the dotted one. Okay, this one also should be the dotted one. Have to draw with a, and this green color one which you have drawn, this one should be the dark one. All the other lines should be very light. This one will be your frustum of a square pyramid. Is it clear? This one will be your frustum of a square pyramid. So all other construction lines should be very light. Up to this red lines which I have drawn, that should be very dark, and the dotted lines which I have drawn is, those are hidden lines. Those are hidden lines. So it should be drawn in a dotted lines. All the other lines should be very light. Those are all construction lines. So after that he has given, you have to draw a frustum of a cone which is resting on this frustum of a square pyramid, which is resting on the frustum of a square pyramid. Here he has given, again when you see the pyramid diameter, bottom diameter is how much? 40 mm, and top diameter is 30 mm, and height is 50 mm. Here the top diameter of this side is how much? It is also 40 mm. This one, this side which you have drawn is, it is 40 mm. This side is 40 mm. So it is the 40 mm sided square. So what I will do is, I also, here I have already marked the centers. Already have marked the midpoints of the sides. Already these midpoints are marked here. Using the 4 center method, I will construct a circle here. From top vertex to this center I am joining. This center I am joining. From bottom vertex to this center I am joining. This center I am joining. Here you have to draw a circle. Why? Because it is a frustum of a cone. So this as a center I am taking, this as a center, this as a radius. I am drawing one arc here, and this top vertex as a center, this midpoint as a radius. I am drawing another arc, and this as a center, this as a radius. I am drawing one arc, this as a center, this as a radius. I am drawing another arc. Okay, it will form a circle. with a diameter of 40 mm. Again, he has given a height as 50 mm. He has given a height as 50 mm. So what I am doing is I am extending this square to a 50 mm. I am extending this square to the height of, I am extending this square to the height of 50 mm. 50 mm. I'm extending this one to the 50 mm, and this one also, this point also to the 50 mm. From here, from this point, I'm extending this point to the 50 mm, this point to the 50 mm, and this point to the 50 mm. So I am joining this line and this line here. So I am joining this line and this line. After that, again I am taking, here he has given a, this top side is, bottom side is 40, so this side is 40, you know that. So I am taking 40 mm, or else you draw a parallel line to this line like this using the drafter. You draw a parallel line to this line using the drafter. You can get, it will join at this, at that point. Or else you can take 40 mm on the compass, this as a center, you can cut an arc here. You can take 40 mm here, you can cut the existing arc, will form a square. The side of this square is 40 mm, but here the top diameter is 30. So what I will do is I have to reduce to 30. 40 minus 30, how much it is? 10 mm. Then 10 by 2 is 5 mm. So I have to reduce 5 mm on each side. So first I will mark the midpoints here. Midpoint of 40 is, I am taking midpoint at 20 mm. I am joining this midpoints. I am joining this midpoints. I am reducing it to 5 mm. I am reducing 5 mm this side, 5 mm this side, 5 mm this side, and 5 mm this side. So I am drawing a parallel lines. So I am drawing a parallel lines to this lines. So I am drawing a parallel lines here. The distance of 5 mm. I am drawing a parallel lines. It will form a square of 30 mm side. After that, you have to draw a circle with a diameter of 30 mm. So what I am doing is, again I am using a 4 center method to construct a circle. I am using a 4 center method to construct a circle. I am joining from top vertex to the midpoints which are downwards, and bottom vertex to the midpoints at the top. Midpoints at the top. Then I am drawing a circle here. I am taking this as a center, this as a radius. I am drawing one arc. I am taking this as a center, this as a radius. I am drawing one arc. I am taking this as a center, this as a radius. I am drawing one arc. I am taking this as a center, this as a radius. I am drawing one arc. So it will form a circle with a diameter of 30 mm. I am joining this two circles. I am joining these two circles. I am joining. It will form a frustum of a cone, and this height is how much? It is 50 mm. This height is 50 mm. This one will be your frustum of a cone, which is resting on the frustum of a square pyramid. Is it clear? Here the circles which I have drawn in a red color should be dark, and this circle should be, sorry, okay, this one should be the hidden one. This one should be hidden. You can draw in a dotted line. This one should be hidden part. The all the other things should be dark, which I have drawn in a red color. This circle also should be dark. It should be dark, and the lines, all the other things should be dark. And this rectangle is also, it will be dark. Is it clear? Up to here it will be dark. Again it is dotted line here. This is rectangle. Here it is dark. Anybody has any doubts? Is it clear? Just you have drawn a, first you have drawn a frustum of a pyramid. Okay, on that you have drawn a frustum of a cone. Okay, somebody has some question. Yeah, just you can write in the message. I will answer it. My roll number 32, civil. I will share the question with you. Okay, I have a material which I have drawn previously. I will share the diagram and the question also. Just you can copy it after the class. You can copy the question after the class. I will share with your CRs. They will send you the material. You can copy the question from there. Okay, the question is simple. Already I have drawn here a frustum of a square pyramid of a bottom diameter 40 mm, of a bottom diameter 40 mm, and top diameter 30 mm, and axis 50 mm long, is resting on a square pyramid of a bottom side 50 mm, top side 40 mm, and axis long 60 mm. Draw the isometric view of the arrangement. Draw the isometric view of the arrangement. Draw the isometric view of the arrangement. Is it clear? Mute your mic. Roll number 3. Next, we are moving to the next problem. We are moving to the next problem. Is it clear? Can I move to the next problem? Okay, the next problem is a simple problem. It is a hemisphere. A hemisphere of a radius 20 mm is kept on its curved surface of a square pyramid of top side 30 mm, bottom side of 40 mm with a height of 50 mm. With a height of 50 mm, draw the isometric view of the arrangement. Draw the isometric view of the arrangement. Okay, here he has given a hemisphere of a radius. He has given the radius of the hemisphere, that is, he has given the radius of the hemisphere as 20 mm. He has given the radius of the hemisphere as 20 mm. A hemisphere of radius 20 mm is kept on its curved surface of a square pyramid of top side 30 mm. He has given the top side of a square pyramid as 30 mm and the bottom side as 40 mm. Bottom side is 40 mm with a height of 50 mm. He has given the height of a square pyramid as 50 mm. Draw the isometric view of the arrangement. As you have to draw the isometric view of the arrangement. So what he is saying that it is a square pyramid like this on which hemisphere is resting like this. Okay, this is the diagram he has given. You have to draw this diagram in a isometric view. This diagram in a isometric. He has given a bottom side as 40, top side as 30, and the radius of this hemisphere as 20, and the height he has given as 50. So here you know how to draw the square pyramid, frustum of a square pyramid. You know how to draw the frustum of a square pyramid. So what I am first, I will take a point O. From O I am drawing an inclination of 30 degrees here and 30 degrees this side. I am drawing an inclination of 30 degrees this side. Okay, and here he has given a bottom side as 40. So I am cutting 40 here, 40 here. From here, again I am cutting 40 here. From this point, I am taking this as A, B. From A, I am cutting this arc at 40. Then I am joining this two, fill the square with a 40 mm side. Then here he has given a height as 50 mm. So I am extending this side to 50, this side to 50, this side to 50, and this side to 50. Then I am joining this two. I am joining this two. I am taking this as O dash, this as A dash, B dash. Okay. Then again I am taking 40 on using the compass. I will cut an arc here. I will draw one arc from B dash. I will cut an arc from A dash with a side 40 and I will join these two. Understand? Or else you can draw using the drafter as well. You can take OB, you can fix on the drafter and draw a parallel line here. Draw a parallel line here. You can fix A dash O dash here and draw a parallel line here. These two will join at this point. I'm taking this point as P dash. Okay. Then here he has given a top side as 30. Okay, this one is 40. I have to reduce it to 30. What I will do, 40 minus 30, it is 10 mm. That is 10 by 2, 5 mm. I have to reduce 5 mm on each side. So first I will mark the midpoints. Okay, it is a 40 means I will mark midpoint at 20 mm. So then I will join these two midpoints like this. Then I will reduce 5 mm. I am reducing 5 mm this side. I am marking 5 mm here, 5 mm here, 5 mm on this side, 5 mm on this side. I am drawing a parallel line to A dash C dash from this 5 mm side. I am marking parallel line to A dash O dash 5 mm, reducing 5 mm. I am marking parallel line to O dash B dash, reducing 5 mm, and marking parallel line to C dash B dash, reducing 5 mm. It will form a square. Then I am joining these two. I am joining, sorry, I am joining these two. I am joining these two squares. Joining these two squares. And this one will be the dotted one. This one will be the dotted line. Is a hidden part. And this should be dark. Okay, then I have to draw a hemisphere on the top of this frustum of a cone. Okay, how will you draw the hemisphere? For drawing the hemisphere, you have a separate procedure for it. Okay, up to here it is clear. In the previous problem also you have drawn the same procedure. Here also you are using the same procedure for drawing the square pyramid, frustum of a square pyramid. So here what I am doing is, next I am going to draw a hemisphere. For drawing the hemisphere, I need to mark a midpoint. Here the midpoint is, here this is the midpoint. From this point I am drawing 30 mm. Okay, from this midpoint I am drawing 30 degrees, 30 degrees inclination this side, and this side also I am marking 30 degrees inclination, marking 30 degrees inclination from this midpoint O, O2. Okay, from this midpoint O2. Okay, I'm taking this midpoint as O2. From here I'm marking 30 degrees, and here he has given a radius of the hemisphere is 20 mm. Then diameter is how much? 40 mm. So I am cutting a side at 40 mm here. I am extending it up to 40 mm, extending up to 40 mm. I'm cutting at 40 here. From here I am cutting 40. From here I am cutting 40 mm. It will form a square of a 40 mm. It will form a square of a 40 mm. Using 4 center method, I will construct a circle here. Using a 4 center method, I will construct a circle here in this square. Using 4 center method, I am constructing a, I am marking the midpoints here, marking the midpoints. I am joining this line to this line, this top vertex to this midpoints, bottom vertex to this midpoints. Then I am constructing one circle here. Then I am constructing one circle. This as a center, this as a radius, I am drawing arc. This as a center, this as a radius, I am drawing arc. This as a center, this as a radius, I am drawing arc. This as a center, this as a radius, I am drawing arc. It will form a circle here. Is it clear? Just from this midpoint, I am drawing an inclination of 30. on two sides, right side and left side. Then I'm cutting 40 mm, 40 mm on these inclined lines. I'm forming one square. Why? Because the radius of this sphere is 20, the diameter is 40. So I am drawing 40 mm square. Okay, in this square I am constructing a circle using 4 center method. After constructing this circle, just I am drawing, after constructing this circle, I am joining the midpoints here. Joining the midpoints. From this midpoint, I am taking this as a radius. This midpoint to this edge as a radius. I am drawing one circular arc. Understand? From this midpoint to, from the midpoint of this circle to this edge side of this circular arc, I'm drawing one arc like this using the compass. So it will form a hemisphere. Is it clear? So it will form a hemisphere. Ima, is it clear? First I have constructed a circle in this square. After constructing this circle, just have drawn the midpoint, two lines. Then from this midpoint, I am taking this as a midpoint, this as a radius, the end of this circle as a radius. I am drawing one arc using the compass, joining these two ends. Then it will form a hemisphere. This total red color one which I have drawn, that should be very dark. All the other lines should be very light. Here, up to here, it should be dark. This one should be dark. All the other construction lines, these dotted lines should be hidden lines, and the remaining line should be very light. Only the lead color line should be dark, and the dotted line should be drawn in a dotted line. Those are the hidden lines, and all other lines should be very light. Those are all the construction lines. Those are all the construction lines. Is it clear? Anyone has any doubt? Anybody has any doubt? Anybody has any doubt? Can I move to the next problem? Here first you have to draw a, for drawing the hemisphere, just I will explain once again. For drawing the hemisphere, first you have to mark the center. I marked the center here. From this center point, I am drawing an inclined line at 30 mm, 30 degrees, sorry. And I am taking, here he has given a radius as 40, diameter radius as 20. I am taking the diameter here. So here the diameter is 40. I am cutting here. Again I am drawing 40 here. Then using 4 center method, I am marking the midpoints. Okay. Then I am joining this midpoint from top vertex to this midpoints and bottom vertex to this midpoints. Then I am taking this bottom vertex as a center, this bottom vertex as a center, this as a radius. I have drawn one arc. Top vertex as a center, this as a radius. I am drawn one arc. This as a center, this as a radius, one arc. This as a center, this as a radius, one arc. After drawing this, just I am marking the midpoint here like this. This one will be the midpoint of the square. This one will be the midpoint of this square. I am taking this as a midpoint and this end of a circle as a radius. This as a midpoint and end of this circle as a radius. I am drawing one arc. I am drawing one arc with the compass joining from this end to this end. Joining from this end to this end. When you draw with a compass, it will looks like a hemisphere. When you draw with a compass, it will looks like a hemisphere which is resting on a frustum of a square pyramid. Is it clear? Imam, for pyramid you have normal, if you want to draw a normal sphere, you have to mark the center of the sphere from where it is resting. For marking the center, the formula will be r into 0.816, that is 9 by 11, 0.816. Radius into 0.816, we will get a distance for marking the center. Understand? From there, this is the formula for center, that is r into 0.816 or r into 9 by 11. Okay, is it clear? Next we are moving to the next problem. Okay, the next problem is a frustum of a cone 30 mm top diameter, 60 mm bottom diameter and 60 mm long is placed vertically on a cylindrical block of 90 mm diameter and 25 mm thick. He is saying that a frustum of a cone top diameter, he has given the top diameter as, has given top diameter as the frustum of a cone, top diameter 30 mm, 60 mm bottom diameter, he has given bottom diameter as 60 mm and 60 mm long, he has given height as 60 mm long, is placed vertically on cylindrical block of 90 mm diameter. Diameter of the cylinder is 90 mm and thickness of the cylinder is 25 mm, and thickness of the cylinder is 25 mm, such that both solids have the common axis. Draw the isometric views of the combination of solids. Draw the isometric view of the combination of the solids. He is saying that a frustum of a cone 30 mm top diameter, 60 mm bottom diameter, 60 mm bottom diameter and 60 mm long is placed vertically on a cylindrical block of 90 mm diameter and 25 mm thick, such that both the solids have a common axis. Draw the axis, draw the isometric view of the combination of solids. He is saying that the cylindrical block of 30 mm, he has given the cylindrical block of 90 mm on which you have a frustum of a cone of 60 mm bottom diameter and 30 mm top diameter, and height is 60 mm. This is 90 mm, this one is 25, this one is height is 60, this one is 60, this one is 30. Okay, you have to draw this one. So first mark the point O. From here I am marking an inclination of 30 this side, 30 this side. It is given, he has given it as 90 mm. So I am extending it to the 90 mm. I am cutting 90 here, 90 here, A, B. Again I am cutting 90 from 90 here, from here A 90 and B 90. Is it clear? A 90 and from B 90. So the thickness he has given as how much? Thickness is 25 mm. So I am extending it 25 mm, 25 mm, 25 mm. Now I am joining this one, this one. I am joining this two. Then I am cutting 25 here. Okay, before that, here he has given a cylinder. Cylinder means you have to draw a circle. Understand? I have to draw a circle here. So first I am marking the midpoints here. Midpoint here. Here also I am marking one midpoint. Here marking the midpoint. Here marking the midpoint. At 45, 45, 45, I marked the midpoint here. Taking this as C. Then joining from top vertex to this midpoints. Bottom vertex to this midpoints. I'm taking this as center, this as a radius. I'm taking this as a center, this as a radius. I'm drawing one arc. This as a center, this as a radius. I'm drawing one arc. Taking this as a center, this as a radius. I'm drawing one arc. I'm taking this as a center, this as a radius. I'm drawing another arc. Okay, it will be a circle of 90 mm diameter. Then I am extending this. He has given a thickness as 25. I'm extending it 25, 25. I'm joining this two. These construction lines, whichever I am drawing with a blue line, those should be very light. Only the green color circle should be dark. And again, I will cut 90 here. From here, I will cut 90. Will join this two. Again, I am marking the midpoints. Again, I am marking the midpoints. Okay, again I am drawing the circle here. Why? Because this is the cylinder, the top and bottom diameter should be same. So again I am marking from top vertex to this midpoints, bottom vertex to this midpoints. I am taking this as a center, this as a radius. I am drawing one arc. I am taking this as a center, this as a radius. I am drawing one arc. Okay, is it clear? I am taking this as a center and this as a radius. I am drawing one arc. I am taking this as a center, this as a radius. I am drawing another arc. I am joining these two. I am joining these two. This one will be your cylinder. Okay, when you draw the cylinder, see here, whatever I am drawing with a red, that should be dark. These are all dotted lines. This is a hidden part, should be dotted. The red color thing which I have drawn, that should be dark. The remaining all other lines should be very light. Those are all construction lines. Those should be very light. Construction lines should be very light. After drawing this one, what he is saying that the frustum of a cone of a bottom diameter 60 mm and top diameter 30 mm is resting on the cylinder. So here it is. Here he has given bottom diameter as 60 mm. Here he has given bottom diameter as 60 mm. He has given here he has given a bottom diameter as 60 mm. Okay, so what I am doing is I am reducing it to 60 as given. Here it is 90 mm. 90 minus 60, it is 30 mm. That is 30 by 2 means 15 mm. I have to reduce 15 mm on each side. Already have a midpoints here. So here I am drawing with a black color here. So I am reducing. So I am reducing 15 mm here. I will use another color. So I am reducing 15 mm here. I am reducing 15 mm here. So I am reducing 15 mm this side. I am reducing 15 mm this side. So I am drawing a parallel lines to this line. So I am drawing a parallel line to this line. I am drawing a parallel line to this line. I am drawing a parallel line to this line. I am drawing a parallel line to this side. So I will form a square here. I will form a square which is in a black color which I have drawn. The side of the square is how much? 60 mm. It is also a, okay, you have to draw, it is a frustum of a cone of 60 mm diameter. Again you have to draw a circle in it. For drawing the circle, from this point to already midpoints are available here. So this one is one midpoint, this one is one midpoint, this one is one midpoint, and this one is one midpoint. From this midpoint to this vertex, I am drawing the line. From this midpoint to this vertex, this side I am drawing this bottom vertex to this midpoints, I am drawing the lines. So after that I am drawing the circle here. So this as a center, this as a radius. I have drawn one arc here. Okay, this as a center, this as a radius. I have drawn one arc here. This as a center, this as a radius. I have drawn one arc here. This as a center, this as a radius. I am drawing one arc here. This as a center, this as a radius. I am drawing one arc here. I have drawn a circle of 60 mm diameter. After that, height he has given is, what is the height he has given? 60. I am extending this to 60. Again, I'm extending this to 60. Again, this line to 60 and this line to 60 mm. This line to 60 mm. I'm joining this two. I'm joining this two from here. Okay, from here I'm drawing 60 with arc with a 60 mm. From this side I'm cutting 60 here. From this side I'm cutting this arc with a 60. I'll form a square with a 60. Okay, after that the top diameter is how much? 30 mm. So 60 minus 30, it will be 30. 30 by 2, it will be 15. You have to reduce 15 mm 15 mm on each side. You have to reduce 15 mm 15 mm on each side. So I am marking the midpoints at 30 30 30. I'm drawing the lines to these midpoints. Here also I'm drawing the line to this midpoint, and I am reducing 15 15 mm. I'm reducing 15 mm this side, 15 mm this side, 15 mm this side, and 15 mm and 15 mm this side. And I am drawing a parallel lines to these lines, all the sides, parallel lines to these sides by reducing 15 15 mm. I will form a square with a 30 mm diameter. Then again using 4 center method, again using 4 center method, I am taking this as a center. From top vertex to this centers I have joined the line, bottom vertex to this centers I have joined the line. Okay, top vertex to this centers I have joined the line, bottom vertex to this centers I have joined the line. After that I am taking this as a center, this as a radius. I have drawn one arc, this as a center, this as a radius. I have drawn one arc, this as a center, this as a radius. I have drawn one arc, this as a center, this as a radius. I have drawn one arc. I am joining this two sides of the circle. I am joining these two sides, this end and this end of the circle. Sorry. Okay, it will form a frustum of a cone which is resting on the cylinder of a 30 mm, cylinder of a 90 mm diameter. Here, this red color things which you have drawn, those should be dark. This red color things which you have drawn, those should be dark. This one will be the dotted one. Okay, this one should be the dotted one, and this should be the dark. Is it clear? In this way you have to draw the frustum of a cone resting on a cylinder of a 90 mm diameter, and thickness of the cylinder is 25 mm. Is it clear? Here whenever you are drawing, the construction line should be very light, otherwise your diagram will not be visible clearly. So here I am drawing with a color pen, so it is, you have a visibility. But whenever you are drawing with a pencil, all hidden lines should be dotted lines, all the construction lines should be very light, the main diagram should be dark. Emma, I will share the material. In that you can see how the diagram looks. Whenever you draw, whatever the line should be dark, the main diagram should be dark. Okay. Anybody has any doubts? Can we move to the next problem? Okay, we are moving to the next problem. The next problem is a hollow cylinder of 60 mm and 35 mm outside and inside diameter. A hollow cylinder of a 60 mm and 35 mm outside and inside diameter and 75 mm height stands vertically on a square prism of 100 mm side and 40 mm height. Draw the isometric projection of the two blocks. Draw the isometric projection of a two blocks. Here you have to draw a hollow cylinder. He has given a hollow cylinder of a 60 mm and 35 mm outside and inside diameter. He has given a outside diameter as how much? 60 mm and inside diameter as 35 mm and height as 75 mm. Height as 75 mm stands vertically on a square prism of 100 mm side. He has given side of a square prism. Square prism means all sides are equal. Square prism means he has given bottom side and top side both are equal. Square prism of side 100 mm and height he has given as 40 mm and height he has given as 40 mm. So here the diagram looks like this. We consider the square prism. The square prism will looks like this. You have a square prism like this. On this square prism, you have a hollow cylinder. Okay, hollow cylinder means it will be visible on the top. The circle hollow outside inside diameter should be visible on the top. In the bottom, it will be invisible. So it will be the hidden part. So no need to draw in the bottom. You can draw directly in the top. Why? Because it is visible on the top. That is the reason. So how will you draw this one? You can see here. The procedure will be same which I have drawn previously. You know how to draw the square prism. So here I am taking 30 degrees inclination here, 30 degrees inclination this side, 30, 30, and here I am cutting side as 100 mm, 100 mm. Here I am cutting 100 mm from this side, A, B. From B I am drawing 100 mm arc, from A I am cutting this 100 mm arc. Will form a square prism, and here he has given a height as 40 mm. I am taking 40 here, 40, 40. So again it is 100. So I am cutting here, will form a square prism. So here this one should be the dotted one. Is it clear? This one should be the dotted one. The remaining should be the dark. This one also dotted. This is a square prism you have. Okay, in this way you have to draw the square prism. And again you have a cylinder, hollow cylinder is resting on this square prism. So what is the side he has given? Outside diameter as how much? 60 mm. He has given outside as 60. You have to reduce 100 minus 60. How much it is? 40. 40 by 2, 20 mm. You have to reduce 20 mm on each side. You have to reduce 20 mm on each side. So I am marking. So I am marking the midpoints here. So I am marking the midpoints here. So I am joining like this. So I am reducing 20 mm here, 20 mm here, 20 mm this side, 20 mm this side. So I am drawing parallel lines again here. By reducing 20 mm, I'm drawing parallel lines to each side. So I will form another square, okay, which is of a side 60 mm. So it is a cylinder. So what I am doing is I am using 4 center method to draw a circle here. So for drawing the circle, I am drawing from this vertex to this midpoint. I am drawing one line. This vertex to this midpoint, I am drawing one line. This vertex to this midpoint, I am drawing one line. This vertex to this midpoint, I am drawing one line. So this as a center, this as a radius, I am drawing one arc. This as a center, this as a radius, I am drawing one arc. This as a center, this as a radius, I am drawing one arc. This as a center, this as a radius, I am drawing one arc. Okay, it will be circle with a 60 mm diameter. So again I am extending this. Here he has given a height as how much? 75 mm. I am extending it to 75. Sorry. I am extending it to 75. I am extending this one to the 75 and this one to the I'm extending this one to 75, marking the point here. So I am joining, sorry. So I am joining this line and I am joining this line. Again, I am cutting with a 60 mm. I am cutting an arc here. 60 mm. I am cutting another arc here. I am joining these two. Then again I am marking the midpoints. I am marking the midpoints. Again I am marking the midpoints. I am drawing the circle using 4 center method. I am drawing the circle using 4 center method. So here I am taking this as a center, this as a radius, I am drawing one arc. This as a center, this as a radius, I am drawing one arc. This as a center, this as a radius, I am drawing one arc. This as a center, this as a radius, drawing one arc. We'll get a circle joining these two. This one will be the cylinder you have drawn. Okay, hollow, see, this is the normal cylinder. Then you have to draw a hollow cylinder and outside diameter is 60 as given. Inside diameter how much? He has given inside diameter as 35. Here 60 minus 35 how much? It is 25. Okay, 25 by 2, it is 12.5. So what I have to do is, we have to reduce 12.5 mm on each side. We have to reduce 12.5 mm on each side. For that, 12.5 mm on each side. My roll number 25 ECE, meet your mic. ECE roll number 25. Okay. So here, what I am doing is, I am just marking the midpoint and reducing the side here. So I am joining this side, sorry, this is the midpoint and this is the midpoint. So I am joining this two. This is the midpoint, this is the midpoint. I am joining this two. Okay. Joining these two midpoints and reducing here. I am reducing it. How much? 12.5 mm. 12.5 mm here. 12.5 mm here. 12.5 mm here. 12.5 mm here. I am drawing a parallel line to these lines. Should be very light. These construction lines should be very light. I am drawing a parallel lines. It will form a square here. Is it clear? It will form a square here. Again using the 4 center method. Again using the 4 center method. In this blue color square, I am drawing another circle. It is 35 mm. 35 mm. So I am drawing a circle in it using 4 center method. So I am joining this as a center, this as a radius. I am drawing one arc, one line. Okay, from top vertex to this centers, I am joining the lines here. From bottom vertex to this centers, from bottom vertex to this centers, I am joining the line here. Then this as a center, this as a radius, I am drawing one arc here. This as a center, this as a radius, I am drawing one arc here. This as a center, this as a radius, I am drawing one arc here. This as a center, this as a radius, I am drawing one arc here. Then it will looks like a hollow cylinder. Second. Okay, this as a center, this as a radius. Okay, and this as a center, this as a radius, this as a radius. Okay, here your outside cylinder is this one. Okay, this one will be your hollow cylinder. What you have done is, you have constructed the normal cylinder. On the top, you have reduced it to 60 to 35. In the 35 mm sided square, we have drawn a circle using 4 center method. We have drawn a circle using 4 center method. Is it clear? Anyone has any doubt? Anyone has any doubt? Okay, can you continue? Do you have any doubts? Ima, are you able to understand the problems? Is it clear? So next we are doing a problem of a hexagonal prism. This one will be the last problem from this topic. Somebody has sent me the message. Okay, for drawing the inner circle, some okay, for drawing the inner circle after constructing this green color square, first you have constructed this square by projection. First you have construct the square by projection. So after that you drawn this using 4 center method. You have drawn the circle here using the 4 center method. You have drawn the circle here. After that, this total diameter is 60. The side is 60. So I am reducing 60 minus 35. It is 25. That is 25 by 2. That is 12.5 mm. So I am marking the midpoints. Already I have midpoints here. I am joining these midpoints. I am reducing 12.5 mm here, 12.5 mm here, 12.5 mm here, 12.5 mm here, and I am drawing a parallel lines to construct a square of a 35 mm side. I am drawing a parallel lines like this. I am drawing a parallel lines. It will form another square. In this square, I am again drawing a circle of a 35 mm diameter, that is the inner diameter of the cylinder. Again I am using 4 center method, joining from top vertex to this midpoint and this midpoint, and bottom vertex to this midpoint and this midpoint. Then I am taking this as a center, this as a radius. I have drawn one arc. This as a center, this as a radius. I have drawn one arc. This as a center, this as a radius. I have drawn one arc. This as a center, this as a radius. I have drawn another arc. Okay, then it will be the inner circle we have drawn. Is it clear? It will be only visible in the top view. In the front view, it will be not visible, the inner part. So you have drawn only on the top. Is it clear? Okay, roll number 61. Is it clear? Okay, next we are moving to the next problem. This is the last problem from this topic. This. So here he has given a hexagonal prism of side base 30 mm and 70 mm long, has a square hole of a side 20 mm at the center. He is saying that it has a square hole of 20 mm at the center. The axis of the square and hexagon coincide, and one of the base of the square hole is parallel to the face of the hexagon. One of the base one of the faces of square hole is parallel to a face of the hexagon. Draw the isometric projection of the prism with hole. A hexagonal prism of side of a base. He has given the side of a hexagon as 30 mm. He has given side of a hexagon as 30 mm and it is 70 mm long, height as 70 mm long, and it has a square hole of side, how much? 20 mm. Square hole of a side, height, side, this is a hexagon side, this is a square side is 20 mm, saying that the axis of the square and hexagon coincides and one of the faces of the square hole is parallel to the face of the hexagon. Draw the isometric views of the prism with a hole. So you know how to draw a hexagon. In isometric view, yesterday sir has told you how to construct a hexagon in isometric projections. For constructing the hexagon in isometric projection, first you have to construct a hexagon outside and you have to insert it in a rectangle. Then you have to construct that rectangle in the isometric projection and project this hexagon there. So first you know how to construct the hexagon. Here he has given a side as 30 mm. So I am taking 30 mm here. I am taking angle as 120, 120. Here the inside angle is 120, 120. I am cutting 30, 30 here. I am extending one line, dotted line from this vertex. I am extending one dotted line from this vertex. From here again, I will cut 30. From here again, I will cut 30. There are 2-3 methods to construct the hexagon. Arcs method also we will construct. We can construct using the angle as well. So here it will be the hexagon. I am inserting this hexagon. I am inserting this hexagon in a rectangle. Okay, this hexagon is, I am taking this hexagon as A, B, C, D, E, F. A, B, C, D, E, F as this hexagon. I am taking this square as capital A, capital B, or else I can take it as 1, 2, 3, 4. I am taking it as 1, 2, 3, 4. Then he is saying that the hexagon, you have a square hole inside it, such that the axis of the square and hexagon coincides and one of the faces of a square hole is parallel to the face of the hexagon. He is saying that one of the face of the square hole is parallel to the face of the hexagon. So first what I will do is I will mark the midpoint of this hexagon. I am marking the midpoint of this hexagon. Okay, from this midpoint, the total side of the square is how much here? 20. So I can extend from this midpoint 10 mm, from this midpoint 10 mm. Is it clear? So from here I am extending 10 mm, 10 mm, this side 10 mm, 10 mm. I will form a square here, such that it is a square. One of the face is parallel. Use a black color for it. One of the face is parallel to it. I am projecting this on the square as well. I am taking this square as P Q. I am writing this square as P Q R S. I am projecting this square here, this side, and this side. I am projecting this square here. This will be R dash. This will be Q dash. This will be S dash, this will be P dash. Is it clear? First, I will construct this hexagon here. For constructing the hexagon, I am taking roll number 61. You have any doubt? So what I am doing is, I am taking an angle of 30 degrees this side, 30 degrees this side, okay, 30 degrees, 30 degrees this side. Then I am taking one here, I am taking one here. From 1 to 2, I am measuring here and cutting an arc here. From 1 to 4, I am measuring here and cutting arc here. You'll get a 4 point. Again, this is 2. From 1 to 2, I am measuring here. From 4, I am cutting an arc here. From 1 to 4, I am measuring here. From 2, I am cutting an arc here. I will get a square like this, rectangle like this. After that, I am just projecting this hexagon there, directly measuring using the compass and projecting there. I am measuring from 1 to A and cutting an arc here. I will get a point. I am measuring from 1 to B, cutting an arc here. I will get a B point. I am measuring from 2 to C, measuring from 2 to C and cutting an arc here. I will get a C point. I am measuring from 1 to F, 1 to F and cutting an arc here. I will get a F point. Is it clear? And this one is 3. I'm measuring from 3 to D, cutting arc here, I will get a D point. I'm measuring from 3 to E, cutting an arc here, I will get a E point. I'm joining all these points with a scale. Joining all these points with a scale, I will get an a hexagon. I am joining all these points with a scale. I will get an hexagon in a isometric projection. Then I am projecting this rectangle in the top again. Here he has given height as 70 mm. I am extending it to 70 mm. I am extending this one to 70 mm. I am extending this to 70 mm. So I am extending it to 70 mm. Then again I am joining this two. Extending this to 70. Sorry. This to 70. I am joining this two. Now again I'm measuring this distance and cutting from 1 to 2. This is 1 dash, this is 2 dash, this is 4 dash. I'm measuring 1 dash to 2 dash and 4 as a center. I'm drawing one arc here. I'm measuring 1 dash to 4 dash, 2 dash as center, cutting this arc. Again I will form a rectangle. Again I am measuring all the distances or projecting these points. I'm projecting A on this line directly. I'm projecting A on this line directly. I will get a dash point. Projecting B on this line directly, I will get a B dash point. I am projecting this E on this line, I will get E dash point. And these are hidden lines which are backside. This one I am projecting on here. I will get a point here, that is D. T point here. I'm getting a projecting this point here. I will get a P point here. I'm projecting a point here. Then I am joining all these points. Joining all these points, I will get a hexagonal prism. I'm joining all these points. It will form a hexagonal prism. Is it clear? It will form a hexagonal prism. Okay, in this hexagonal prism, you have a square hole on it. So where is the square hole here? When you construct here, you have a square hole here. For that one, you have a points already here. This point is 3 dash. So what I am doing is from 2 to Q dash, I am measuring here. From 2 to Q dash, I am measuring here. I am cutting it arc. I am writing it as Q. Similarly, from 2 to R dash, I am measuring here and cutting arc here. I will writing it as R. Similarly, I am measuring from 1 to P dash. Measuring here, I will get a P. Similarly, I am measuring from 1 to S. I will get S. So I am joining these two lines like this. Okay. Similarly, I am projecting. Okay. I am joining these lines like this. Then I am measuring from S dash to S and cutting an arc here. I am measuring from P dash to P, cutting an arc here. I am measuring from Q dash to Q, cutting an arc here. From here I am cutting arc here. Measuring from R dash to R, cutting an arc here. I am joining all these points. It will form a square hole. Is it clear? It will form a square hole. All this black color line should be very dark, and these are hidden lines. This one is the hidden one. These are all dotted lines are hidden lines. These are all hidden lines, and the remaining lines are the dark lines which we have drawn. These are all hidden lines. And the remaining dark lines are the visible lines. All the black lines should be very dark, and this red color square, inside square which I have drawn, is this one should be dark, and the remaining lines should be very light. Those are all construction lines. Is it clear? In this way you have to draw a hollow hexagonal prism with a square hole in it. In this way you have to draw the hexagonal prism with a square hole in it. In this way you have to draw hexagonal prism with a square hole in it. Is it clear? Anybody has any doubts? Okay, I will share all this material with you. Just go through it. I will share some more problems. Just practice it. Okay, I have some more problems in the notebook. Okay, similar problems in the notebook. I will share with you. Just go through it and practice it. Okay, if possible, I will take the next tomorrow's class. I will just explain you the orthographic projections. With this, we are going to complete the isometric projections. In the next class, tomorrow's class, I'll briefly explain about the orthographic projections. Okay, you can practice it the remaining days. You have your college is from 12th June. Okay, so college is from 12th June. Just do all the problems which we have told you in the last 1 month. The total drawing from starting to from projection of lines to the projection per up to the orthographic projections. Okay, do all the problems in your notebook with the dimensions. Okay, we'll give the assignment marks based on your problems which we have done, which we have told you in the class. You just draw all those diagrams with a dimensions using all the drawing instruments. Okay, we will take that as an assignment. We'll give the assignment marks based on those drawings. Okay, thank you for attending. Okay, I will share the recording as well. You can go through it and practice it. Thank you.